What up? What up? What up? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 26, boys, of the Glitched Out Podcast, featuring me, the one and only G, aka Glitch, your host, and BitesWorld returning again, and the one and only EsuCheifCraig, as people like to call him, the godly voice or the sexy voice, something like that. I don't know why.
Bites, you get a haircut?
I think Bites, you looking good.
No haircut, man. You know, I'm just doing the natural thing.
Okay,
all right.
Okay. Bites has that manly beard. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't mean to go off on a beard tangent, but I was contemplating growing like you, but I'm like, it's too much, man. It's too big. I couldn't do it like you.
Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta be a real man to contain this beastly chin here. Yeah. No, man, it's a struggle. I'm telling you. I tell anybody trying to grow a beard, it's patience and it's time. You know.
Oh yeah. This man threw me under the bus the first 2 minutes. Damn.
I'm sorry. I'm kidding. You're right.
But how's everybody's week been going, man? I know the gaming, Craig's been doing his own thing, Bites been doing their own thing. I've been doing some role play. How's everybody's week going so far?
I had a good week. I mean, it was nice and steady right into the weekend, and man, we've been playing a lot of video games since I got off work Friday, so it's been nice.
Oh yeah. What about you, Craig? What have you been up to, man?
It's been a trying week. I appreciate everyone who participated in the Feed a Craig Fund. It was rough, but we made it. You fed me. But did a lot of role play, did a lot of good stuff with that, and I'm enjoying myself in a role play environment again. So I'd say we're on the up and up.
That's what matters, man. As long as you're enjoying yourself in RP, that's what matters, man. Me, bro, just doing my RP binge with Bites. You know, back in the server, trying to cause crime and trying to, take over the world like usual.
Damn criminals.
It's been busy.
Damn criminals. It's been busy. It's only gonna get better. Other than that, I mean, what? Life's great. I'm in a great point in my life. I'm contemplating going back to school, doing some other things. So life is really good, man. Everybody has their rough patches, and I was just going through one, and I was just like, I was going through this patch. Was like, what do I do? Like, I know I want to create content, but what do I want to do as career? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I know what I want to do, but how do I get there? So right now, I'm just exploring my options and see what comes up. We'll see what happens next.
There you go.
Yeah, man. But all right, let's jump into it without further ado. Let's jump into, we're gonna be talking about a plethora of things. We'll be talking about Radical Heights, Detroit Becoming Human, and the season premiere of Lost in Space episode 1 recap. I know this is our first time ever really touching on a TV show recapping, but this show was too good not to. I saw the trailer for Netflix a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yo, I love fantasy, sci-fi, space shows, and I was like, we gotta talk about this. So luckily, all of us have Netflix, so we decided to talk about this episode. I'm actually excited. We might do this more often. But let's jump into Radical Heights. Take it away, Bites, man. Tell us a little bit about it, man.
All right, yeah. So I'm not sure if everybody's heard about this one. It's a BR game as usual that kind of bubbling to the top. But Radical Heights is a free-to-play battle royale shooter. It basically takes place in sunny SoCal. There's a dome that they built in 2024, and basically, contestants drive by on a BMX bike or stalk other contestants from the shadows in search of weapons and prizes. But also, there's a catch. There's cash in the game as well. Basically, this cash you can bank or take out, and you win or lose depending on how many enemies you kill or who's left at the end. Whether you spend that cash on customizations in your personal prize room, or like I said, you pull it out the ATM to purchase weapons or weapon upgrades earlier in the game. You can build a wealth of cash, which is very important to taking down the competition. The cool thing that I think about the game is it is set in like an 80s theme type of era. It also has a game show component where everyone wants to be rich and famous. So that's the synopsis behind the game.
Okay.
Everybody's trying to be balling, baby. Sounds like RP.
Sounds
like RP. Yeah, everyone wants to be rich and balling. In a nutshell, everybody's trying to make that money. You want to drop a quick trailer before you go into the features and stuff?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, man, let's do it. You know which one it is. Let me know when you guys are ready. We'll do this damn thing.
I'm so ready.
All right, let's go.
All right, give me a second. Let me grab something. It's over here. Let me move it over there. Peek and then. All right. All right, 3. Oh, no. Also, all right. 3, 2, 1. Vámonos.
New from Giannis Toys, Radical Heights action figures. Get your kids familiar with America's favorite game show. And in other news, the Giannis Corporation has announced a brand new
that hairdo.
Radical Heights dome to be
Look
completed
at that
tie.
shirt and tie, man.
in the
Bro.
spring of 2024.
I like how they put it in 2024.
But it's 80s themed.
Yeah.
I thought that was just completely weird.
During the Great Dissolve, and this is what I have to show for it. I'm ready to be more than this. I'm ready to get what I deserve. The cash, the prizes.
Are you broke, ballin'? Do you want to kill people?
Hey, baby.
Thank you, Roddy, and thank you, everyone.
It's kind of got that Starship Troopers kind of
That
feel to it.
Yeah, the over the top cheesy one.
Over the top cheesy, yeah.
Contestants can grasp those.
This game.
It's hilarious. Grabbing that money.
Just like RP.
Mm-hmm.
I love how the ATM specifically says offshore bank.
Ooh, he just okay. Just obliterate that door.
Yeah. The other people can hear you busting through that door too. It's loud.
They got trampolines,
What the
zip
shit?
lines,
What a
tank
what-
tops,
What is this?
Oh, yeah.
BMX bikes, and rocket
yeah.
launchers. This is just too much.
It's everything you ever liked,
And it's free to play.
and it's free. Absolutely.
All right, man. Let's
What
talk about
in
some
the
game
hell?
features, man. Let's talk about some video game features.
Yeah, now that your mind has been blown, basically. So like G said, the game is definitely free to play. You can go and pick it up right now. It's in like a beta test at the moment. They're still developing the game, but some important features, ones that I thought were very necessary to discuss is there's no play to win mechanics in the game. Game items are cosmetic only. So you can't get good by getting crates from just spending time in the game. Basically, everything that you do is towards either improving your combat and gameplay the next game, or improving your standing in the current game by finding weapons or health packs and things like that. There's a game show moment. Basically, there's random game prizes that drop throughout the map. These game drops give you, like I said, cash. This game is very cash heavy, and again, more wealth in terms of packages that have weapons and health packs in them. Also, there's another section of the game called a cash grab. You spin a wheel, more prizes, prizes. You also can take the cash that you find, whether that's from a drop or from killing players and all that type of stuff. As we saw in the video, you can store it in an ATM. That's the mechanic where you can either use the money to buy upgrades and things like I mentioned, and that's the mechanic to storing it for the next game that you might play at a later time. So it's like a
you got
physical
options.
bank. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Also, the very last thing that I thought was cheesy, maybe some people like it, is you can travel from area to area, or you can get out of the red zone using a BMX bike. So that is a top feature, I guess, in the game that no other BR games are doing right now.
Okay.
They sat down. They say, what is nobody else doing that we could put in our game?
Yeah,
Bikes. Oh,
We
yes,
can do
perfect.
bikes. Yeah.
We could do bikes, and you could have a
could do
guy on
bikes.
back.
With the pegs on the wheel.
Dude, that takes me back, man. The whole pegs in the wheel.
Yep.
Sorry to go off a look rant. I always wanted pegs when I was a kid on a bike. It was the cool thing. You guys remember that?
Listen,
Like,
dude, if
dude,
you
on a
had
bike?
pegs on your bike, you were balling.
You were that kid. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's like rims on a
absolutely.
car. I never got them.
Cards and the spokes. Who knows? If you had
Bro. Yes. It's like
pegs
you
on
got
the
a-
wheel.
Kind of sound like
The
you got
one
like a
thing
little
I'll
motorbike going.
say,
Yep.
using the bike in the game, it sucks though. It's very difficult to control. It's almost like it's kind of sliding all over the place. And when you jump the bike, because you can actually jump the bike as well over objects and things, it's kind of random. Like you jump all over the place.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It's not usable, I would say.
All right, I actually dropped the link for the game. It's free 99. Everybody go download it and play it. Tell me how you guys liked it.
Yeah, and just a fair warning, like I said, the game is in beta. So there are several known issues I want to cover real quick. You cannot remap your keys. All right. There's currently a graphical bug going on where if you don't have the proper graphical settings, that you'll get like some green tinting to your screen.
Mhm.
So it's not your monitor, it's not your graphics card, it's actually a bug in the game.
Mhm.
Obviously, with them still developing it, there's some issues with in-game objects like fences and bushes and things like that. Users have reported some floating fences and some invisible bushes and things like that. Game chat is not working yet. They're still working on that. And for anybody who owns a PC and plays games, but prefer to play with a controller versus a keyboard,
Me.
I'm sorry, there's no controller support right now. So
Ooh,
Damn it.
no bueno. All right, but I mean that's not so bad for early access, right? I mean, it's a playable game. I was actually looking through some Steam reviews, and a lot of people like it. A lot of people like the game. They like what it offers. For early access, they said it operates pretty well.
Fair enough.
Well, just I don't know about that because it's probably
man.
like 50-50, man, because a lot of people have not been able to play it
Mhm.
because of the graphical issues. And also the game uses, like the requirements is 6 gigs of memory requirement, which
Really?
is a lot.
That's really high.
For a game like that.
For a game like this, yep, you would think it would use less resources, but
Mm-hmm.
it is in their requirements for to be able to play it is for 6 gigs of memory, which is a lot.
Mhm.
It's a ton.
It's going to influence me a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're running just one stick of 8, or if your PC maxes at 8 gigs for RAM, good luck.
Yeah. Have fun.
May the force be with you.
Okay. God
Yeah.
damn.
Well, okay. My main thing is I want to go off what Dev said in chat. We're jumping to this. Dev says, they're doing the same thing that Fortnite did. They're making it free to play. They're changing the game. I don't mean to
Are
be
they?
yeah, that's what I want to touch on. I don't really want to be like the Debbie Downer, but there's really nothing game changing about this. I mean, it's 80s theme. It's over the top. It kind of seems like they kind of just sat there in the kitchen one day, like, yo, we need to make a game, bro. We need to make some money. Let's just throw a bunch of stuff in the pot and cook it up. And then here they go. Like, that's how it looks. It's not. I don't want to sound bad. Say it's not well thought out. I don't want to sound like I'm like shitting on the game. Excuse my language, but when I see this, I'm like, yo, I want to play this. It's free to play, and I still haven't played it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
me
say,
either.
the game is fun. I mean, I won't take that away from it. It is very fun. There are a lot of in-game sounds and sound alerts and things like that you really don't hear in PUBG, that you really don't hear in Fortnite. I mean, because it's a game show, it has that game show type of sound coming from it. I mean, every prize that drops, there's an audience screaming in your ear and things like that I think does make it unique. But the gameplay, as far as combat and the PvP aspect, I don't think it's anything new.
I feel like I could get the entertainment I can get out of this game of Fortnite and get a little bit more out of it.
Yeah, Fortnite has those machines now where you can use material to get weapons and things like that. Very similar to these game show machines that they have for weapons. So
We are never going to escape this this battle royale genre, are we?
No, we're not. It's the meta right now. I mean, it used to be survival games. Now it's BR. I mean, there is a game we actually touched on it last podcast was Maverick. That's a 400-person BR. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know how realistic that is. I don't know if they're gonna follow through with it. But I mean, BR is the name of the game. I mean, who does like a good BR? You know, it's just
This
someone needs
guy.
to. Someone, this guy. Someone just needs to follow through with it. I was looking on the forum. And I'm seeing that there's some audio issues, some visual issues. One issue that's really I would say it's probably the worst issue you could ever have in a BR is the audio. People are saying the footsteps are really quiet, and then the announcer's voice is really loud. So it's hard
It
to hear
is loud.
people.
That's true.
It's over the top. Like I understand, I understand what they're going for. They're trying to make it loud in your face, all the lights. It feels like you just walked in an arcade. All the noise, all the
Pretty much.
sounds.
You mean
know?
to tell me that you're sitting there trying to pinpoint where someone is? You're listening for your little footsteps, and you're just here. I don't know I don't even know what they say. Just like
Grab the cash.
Yeah.
grab the cash, and you're just like, son of a bitch.
What is going on?
Get ready, contestants.
Get ready. You're like, bro, I'm like 10 minutes in the game. What are you talking about? Yeah, man.
Quit screaming at me.
What is going on? Yeah, man.
I mean, but honestly though, if you're trying to take a break from PUBG or Fortnite, or even if either one of those games has an update going on, and you're trying to pick from the bucket of BR games that are out there, this will give you the break you're looking for. I'll
Fair
say
enough.
that.
And it's free.
And it's free. I was going to mention one other thing. One thing that I don't like, other than the issues that I just talked about and all that stuff, there's a 90, I think it's like 90 seconds that you have to wait for matchmaking.
Oh, like that little limbo, like they kind of do in PlayerUnknown Battleground
Yeah,
in Fortnite, where they kind of just
right.
have you running around.
So, but the trick to it is 90 seconds. It's going to always do 90 seconds. So is that plus any matchmaking issues that they might have.
Loading or anything like that?
That's right. So it takes a
Oh.
long time to get into a game.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Hopefully that'll be
Sometimes.
honed in the future and get a little
Yeah,
better.
I think it will.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I noticed, and I think a lot of people that play Fortnite or pretty much any BR, is one thing you notice when you're killed, like you say, I'm doing duos with Bites, and Bites gets knocked down, and then I get knocked down. The match is over, you know? But apparently in this one, if you both get down and you're doing duos, you pretty much both stay up until you pretty much just both are sitting there crawling around until you're both killed. You know?
Oh, really?
You know how like one goes down, he's down, you can pick him up. If you both go down, you pretty much just instantly, die and the game's over. You pretty much just sit there crawling around until you're pretty much killed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't know that. Because I hadn't played duos yet, but
Yeah, you're not instantly killed. I don't really see it as an issue, but yeah, that could be kind of annoying. I could just shoot you and you're down and just walk away and then leave you there for the rest of the match. Yeah, man. Yeah, and some of the footsteps are being messed up. I guess they definitely need to up their audio game. I'm seeing some of the footsteps on most surfaces sound like concrete right now. So pretty much it kind of just, we need footsteps. Everything
On
sounds
the
like
sand
concrete.
and it's concrete.
Yes, on the sand, on the dirt, on the grass, concrete, baby.
oh man. Well, it's very early.
Mhm.
I mean, it's extremely early. And some people were actually giving them a big ups for the amount of time that they put into the game versus this end product right now that's been released.
Mhm.
They're like, it's actually sort of like an achievement in a way,
I think every game deserves a certain amount of respect, except Metal Gear Survive. That's about it.
Ooh,
But every game deserves a little bit.
I saw you
Yeah.
playing that game.
So I think they didn't work on this game that long. I mean, maybe, just a couple months, less than 6 months, something like that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, my question, and I see Dev saying in the chat, is like, yo, I play anything over Fortnite. He just hates Fortnite. How do you think this is gonna stack up against the current roster of battle royale giants out there?
It's low. Slow down there.
Slow down there.
It's low. Oh,
I think it's
man.
low because you do
Yeah.
have Fortnite. It's just a little more polished. It's also free. It's kind of good to go the way it is.
Yeah.
And you can get. I'll throw it out there. I think you can get the same amount of entertainment from Fortnite that you could get from this game.
Yeah. And this is made by the same developers that made what? Lawbreakers?
Yeah.
Boss
damn
Key
it.
Productions.
That game that
And-
nobody played.
Oh, Lawbreakers was a great game. Like I actually played it with the community a couple times. It's a fun game, but
I heard it was just an Overwatch clone.
It was pretty much an Overwatch clone, but something was just not. Something was off about it. It was fun, but it just, I don't know, something was off about it. These are made.
I thought Paladins was the Overwatch clone.
I mean, everybody calls anything that looks like Overwatch a clone.
Oh, it had the same mechanics though.
But no, I mean, Lawbreaker, that typical capture the point, death match,
okay.
you know what I mean, push the load or whatever, they had those in there. Now, I don't know. Radical Heights, I kind of feel like I said, little disclaimer, I'm not trying to poop on the game, but it kind of seems like it's a quick cash grab. I mean, I know it's free to play, but it's like a quick little, let's make a game. BR is a hype now. Let's throw it out there, see what happens.
Let's get it out there.
Let's get a little bait out there, see if anything bites. You know what I mean?
You have this founders package for $15.
Yes, and yes, they do. They have a founders pack. So if you love the game so much, you don't want to play for free, and you feel like supporting them, which is really good for people to do, you can actually pay $15 for the founders package. I don't know what you get in it, but I mean,
I think it gives you, from what I heard, you start off with a better weapon, whereas other players have to loot or buy something, right? With the cash that they're finding. And then I think you get a couple of pieces of cosmetic things, like a shirt or pants or whatever that you can use. And that's really it.
Yeah.
No badge. I hadn't heard anything about you getting a special badge.
Not in fancy.
Like
Not
that.
in,
Yeah,
okay. Man, okay. Maybe that might get better as they go on. I'm looking at the article and it says Radical Heights debuts with just 1K more peak players than Lawbreakers, despite being free. And if you're wondering what Lawbreakers launched at, their record high was last July, recording 7.5 thousand players.
Last July.
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean, that's good. I mean, Lawbreakers was out for a while. That was their peak record. And I mean, on launch, Radical Heights smashed that. Well, they didn't smash it, but they kind of just pushed it over and kept walking by a little bit.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, right?
Yeah.
They got 8.5 players at launch. Plus, I kind of feel like the reason why they were so high was due to Twitch streamers, because everybody played this game. So you kind of have to take that into account. Will it stay up there?
Some people had early access too.
I think some people did, but no matter what, like, can the game maintain its player base right now? Can it maintain the numbers it has? That's the question.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but who knows, man? I my fingers crossed. I mean, what do you guys rate it? I know, Bites, you played it. I haven't played it. I might give it a gander one day, maybe off stream. What would
I rate it? Yeah, I played it. I probably got about 5 hours, 6 hours into the game. I played it for a while. I'm gonna go with like a 6.
6 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah, 6 out of 10. I mean, I genuinely had fun playing the game. It was, like I said, pretty new experience. And other than looting, and what I mean by looting, like in the traditional sense, when you kill players, you pick up their stuff. But going into stores and like shooting the register to get the money was fun too. And I appreciate that aspect of trying to build wealth in the game. So that's where my score comes from.
It brings back old RP moments. We were up in the banks asking for that money, son.
That's probably what it is. Like, for real.
He was having flashbacks, putting the money in the bag. Yeah,
Sticking up the store.
What about you, Craig, man? What would you rate it, bro?
4 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's a summation of things. So I don't like BRs. There's
Yeah.
better ones out there.
Mhm.
There's no fishing in this one. There's no fishing in any BR.
Dang, man. Someone needs to step up their game.
Definitely. So it's gonna be a 4 until I see some more development. Maybe even until I give it a try.
Okay. All right.
BR fishing.
BR fishing. I mean, maybe you can like kill people with fish. I don't know. I don't see that
Survival,
happen.
man.
So,
Survival.
yeah. For me, I'm gonna go with a 5 out of 10. I'm gonna stay right around. I'm gonna get right between Bites and Craig. I'm gonna say a 5 out of 10. This game looks fun and all. When I watch it, I'd rather watch somebody play this than play it myself. That's where I stand with this game. It's not my cup of tea. BRs, I have my little bouts, my little, things of BR. I feel like when I play BR, play Fortnite or Player Unknown. But this game doesn't really catch my eye. It's bright. It's loud. It's not well polished. I don't need the BR in my life. I mean, that's where I'm at right now. I don't need another one in my life. And this is not convincing. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
You
feel
know?
that.
Dev in chat said 4 out of 10. Dang. Seahawks said 6 out of 10.
Those are fair.
Those are fair. Design
It's a man
says,
that wants a dream to be alive right there.
yeah, and it's actually the highest out of everybody's design with a 6.5 out of 10. Bro, okay, I see you. And I'm not gonna say my disclaimer is I know some people have been having a blast with this game. It is not my cup of tea.
Bingo.
Not my cup of tea. No, game's great, looks great.
That's
Big ups to the developers. I think they hit something special. Maybe they can expound on it, maybe make another game, or maybe make this better. But for me, it's a no-go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one. I'll update you guys once the actual final version of the game comes out, which is expected sometime next year in 2019.
Okay. All right. So we're done with that. Let's jump into Detroit Become Human. This is another really big title. I think everybody here is hyped about it. Craig, take it away. We did actually touch on this previously, but there's been some new developments. We thought we'd bring them back on and talk more about it. But Craig, take it away.
Oh boy. I get a bit of a boner for this game. So like he said, we covered this I wouldn't say, probably several weeks back. We touched on it with what we had. We talked about Connor, who's an investigative android who helps the police investigate things and also hostage negotiate. The other one I believe we went through was Kara, who was a house android to help out around the house, do things like that, be kind of a maid. We didn't really talk about our third individual. So for those who didn't get to see any of that, we're talking about Detroit Become Human. This is going to come out next month, May 25th, 2018.
Wait,
developer
whoa.
Quantic Dream. Yeah, it's coming out next month.
Wow, is that?
Boosh.
Wow, time has been flying.
You bet.
Ooh,
So-
okay, I'm gonna play this.
If you're not familiar with Quantic Dream, they made kind of similarly playable things like Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy and Heavy Rain. So it's an interactive narrative. It has a storyline that's trying to follow, but based upon your decisions, your findings, and your attention to detail will decide the ending. So kind of like Heavy Rain, we had we had multiple characters in that. We had Shelby, we had the agent, we had I'm forgetting all of their fucking names. I'm definitely going to have to play it again. It's going to be a multi-character narrative. So we have 3 androids. We have Kara, who is a deviant. In this case, deviant means any android who's capable of feeling something that mimics human emotion,
Yes.
which humans do not want. So Kara here is a deviant android, and she frequently breaks her own kind of android protocols to help others or herself as needed, because now she's kind of thinking for herself, and she's like, how do I feel about this? Which is something you go, oh my God, an android's feeling things. As we just touched on, we have Connor, an investigations android who helps the police force with evidence collection and interpretation, and he also possesses negotiation modifications that allow him in hostage situations.
Oh, dang.
And the final one that we didn't touch on was Marcus, who's another deviant android who's not too happy about the way androids are being treated, from what I'm gathering. He's kind of getting a bit of a revolt, kind of a revolution started with a bunch of the androids. I don't know how he's capable of doing it just yet, but he's capable of appealing to all of these other androids and being like, don't you want more? And all the other androids are like, fuck you, I want more, dude. I wiped the guy's ass 30 minutes ago. It really sucked. So
How is he doing that? It doesn't make any sense. Isn't he under
man,
the same
we're gonna
rules?
find out.
I think I'm just gonna kind of throw something out there. I think a human had a hand in,
like
making
modifying him.
Yeah,
or something?
modified him. I mean, didn't the same thing happen? What was that? Westworld? Didn't the same thing kind of happen in Westworld?
Something occurred
Yeah,
with that.
something like that. The human had a hand in the revolution. They kind of planted a seed, and the androids, mainframe or whatever you want to call it, mind. I think that's what it was.
Well,
So
glad
you
you
saying Marcus is an agent, basically.
Marcus is something.
He's something. He's something.
He's been
And the way,
activated.
I don't know if it's an agent or not, or if it's part of another revolution. Maybe it's human based, where some humans, a certain group of humans, doesn't like the way androids are being treated and think they should be
Yeah.
entitled to similar rights as human beings if they're so close to us. So it could be that. I know in an early PS4 tech demo for the game, it was Kara being made or manufactured, and in the middle of it, she was feeling things, and she was like, "Wait, that's not right." And as soon as she appealed that she didn't want to die, she possessed an emotion. The person that was making her cracked and said, "You know what? Just fucking go. Like, just get out of here." And now she's out there. She's a deviant. She's feeling things. So
Wow.
that's kind of what's going down.
Hmm.
So in terms of choice, I told you it was an interactive narrative. So choices matter. Unlike some things where it's like, well, you're going to get to this regardless of what decisions you make. Telltale. Detroit Become Human is still our interactive base, where at several points in the story, you stand a risk of losing one of your three characters. They could completely. That's it. Yeah, right there. That's the one. Yep.
All right. Yeah, let's play this quick trailer, and then we'll talk more about the game.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
Keep going, so people can have an idea of what we're talking about. Wait, what is this? So we're
Shrouded in
gonna
mystery.
yeah, mystery. We're gonna play the teaser for PS4 for Detroit Become Human. I slid into your DMs, Bites and Craig. If you guys, let me know you guys are ready.
You bet.
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, vamonos.
Just got a metaphorical smack with a rolled up newspaper. Hold on, I gotta watch a trailer.
I mean, you were going into it like, but people were
This is
like,
where it all began. The world's forge.
I thought it was good.
Good old Detroit.
The place where it all started. And it will all end.
This is PS4 exclusive.
One error, and I came to life.
Oh.
I stepped out of the darkness, and I opened my eyes. First there was the fear, the light, the noise, the cold, and the fear again. I could feel my hands shaking, my heart pounding in my chest. Life running into my veins. I wanted to live. I fought for that. I had to find out what was outside. I had to see daylight, feel sunshine on my skin, wind on my face,
Deviant as fuck.
to see the world.
That's gorgeous.
right?
The
This game's gonna
colors.
be beautiful.
The smells. But the world is not what I imagined. It is dark and cold.
Wow.
It is harsh and violent. Unfair and brutal.
What were they doing? Just chilling over there, like resting?
It almost convinced
That's
me I
crazy.
was
You can
nothing.
you just walk up and purchase an Android,
Oh,
Less than an object. Just
and then they got
Be a
separate
machine.
seating for the androids.
But deep inside me, I could feel something different. A gentle and warm whisper telling me that I am alive. I had to escape. I had no choice. Escape to love, to hope, to live. To figure out what that force inside me was. Maybe I will change the world. Maybe I will choose a different path. Now, it's up to me to decide. My name is Kara. I am one of them. This is our story.
man.
I'm so excited for this game.
I'm so sad.
I'm sad too. That is just
I don't have a PS4. Damn
You
it.
don't? Oh,
No.
bro.
Now, I
You're
don't know if
missing
this is
out,
going to
man.
be the
Why are you
Sony
hating?
Interactive. I don't know if this is going to be the Sony Interactive that is also on PC. But from what I see, it's a PS4 exclusive. I'm going to go ahead and do some delving while we're talking about this and see if
Yeah.
that's...
Yeah, do some devil. I was gonna do some devil too. I don't want to make everybody cry in chat, but this game looks good. It looks good.
It's truly incredible is what it is. But
yes.
so right there in that trailer, we got to see Kara. We got to see how she kind of came about. And that's kind of her thing. So everything that she was feeling, everything that her personal desires, all of that would be a deviant in a manufacturer human's eye. What we want mindless robots to do what we want them to do. We don't want them to want things too.
No, we don't want them to fail.
Oh, that's horrible. So yeah, it's gonna be like Heavy Rain, but we're gonna have all of these androids and if you've ever played Heavy Rain, which if you haven't, you should. At several points in the story, you actually stand a risk of losing one of the three people you play as. If you make a bad enough decision, if you lack that attention to detail, you can lose that person. That person can die.
The game doesn't end, it still keeps going.
It keeps going with whoever you have left, but you lose out on that story arc. And you really feel that loss. You go, God damn it, I want to know where that went.
Yeah, it kind of makes you want to pretty much don't just willy-nilly make choices. You gotta think about your choices because you might miss. Yeah, there's straight up consequences, and I love that they kind of said, you know what, if you mess up, you done goofed. You totally miss out on a whole story arc. You done goofed. What happened. You done goofed.
So basically, what they're saying is you can meet a character in the beginning, and based on the choices you make, that character can be with you until the end of the game, or you not see them again from one single interaction.
Pretty much. You could, if Kara dies or you get the deviant killed and Viva Revolution he gets got, you just miss out on his Viva Revolution, man.
And the storylines, depending on how you do them, they differ so drastically. You could save your son, or you could end up in prison for his supposed murder. Like it's basically a Telltale game, but with actual differences, and just it's amazing.
Like they described it as a universe, pretty much. Like it's not. There's not necessarily an ending. It's just an ending to your series of choices.
Right. And that's a crazy thing. They had 3 minutes, however many seconds, maybe 44 seconds, to bring us into this world, to give us an idea of what it's like. And I don't know about you guys, after that trailer, I was immersed. Like I knew what it was about.
Yeah, I think one thing they did perfectly, the music was amazing, and they kind of tugged on your heartstrings. They tugged on real world issues, societal issues. And that's what I love animes, TV shows, and games that touch on real world issues, because it feels like you're actually doing something. You're making a difference. In this game, I mean, you know, I know some people don't want to get too deep, but this game touches on some very big issues in the world, discrimination and you know, all the other things that we suffer with in society, you know. And I mean, this is like the age-old tale with androids. You know, we want androids to beat, bop, boop, do whatever we want, but the minute they start thinking, oh, we're gonna scrap them, we're good. We don't want that.
You'll find they don't want to be scrapped.
Yeah.
Go for it.
No, I was gonna say Marcus is even being played by Jesse Williams, which is was an activist and an actor, obviously, for some of the shows he's been on. But yeah, I mean, just somebody like that being a part of the character development, I'm sure that Marcus has, and the overall narrative. I mean, that's why it kind of feels like there's such a connection, because it's
good actor and actress choice.
Yeah, for sure.
As you guys just saw on the video, Marcus is able to somehow influence other androids to see his way and lead an android revolution. We don't know how he can do that yet. Maybe it was implanted with something from maybe human activists, but he's able to influence and basically shape other androids around him to kind of see his way and kind of agree with what he's thinking.
Yeah, I think, and one thing we did cover about this in the past was that you can this is shot like a movie. So every scene, all the lighting is shot like a movie. Realistic camera angles, no angles like from like, you know, no, it's just they wanted this to look like a cinematic visual. You know,
So
Yeah.
it's not third person or anything like that.
It's just PS4.
I mean, so they'll have third person views and stuff like that for narration stuff, and I don't think they'll have first person, but every shot is a cinematic shot, so it's realistic. You know, like someone with a camera can actually make this shot. So they want
we got. There's Connor. I'm sure we got gameplay of him doing things, so we could see actual gameplay of how the game plays. But yeah, it'll be third person. You'll be able to get a first person view on things as you kind of hone it and inspect. So
okay.
Yeah, let me grab that. You guys
So it's not like I guess what I'm saying is everything you're doing is around the narrative. So there's not really an exploration aspect to the game, I'm guessing.
you'll get your scenarios, and that'll give you kind of a world space to explore and collect data and do all that stuff with. And there will be a close to that world space or that story event. And then and that will determine how that one goes based upon what you did in that area. And then the story will progress based upon that, and you'll go into your next one kind of deal.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Definitely a very interesting game.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of a kind. I am surprised how fast this snuck up on us. Sure.
I looked at it today because I was typing everything up, and then I said release date May 25th. Holy shit!
I'm surprised. Like I look on Twitter, you know, and all the people I follow, people that follow me, nobody's really talking about this game, which is very surprising.
Hey, let it creep up on everyone. That's fine.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna send you guys a link of this, the one you're talking about, so we can actually dissect this and talk about this.
Definitely. Let's go and get into it.
I'll just drop this in the very bottom of it. Let's describe it like that. That's the one. I think that's the hostage situation.
Yep, that's the one that a very iconic scene, and I'm happy to look through it here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Oh yeah, I will definitely be streaming this. Hopefully, Bites, you'll definitely get a PS4 and stream this. You know, use discount code GlitchCipher if you want 5% off. I got you.
I intend to stream this as
well.
well.
I need a discount code. For
Hashtag ad. But yeah, this is a must stream for anybody that loves the Telltale series.
So I'm starting my GoFundMe account this weekend.
There we go, man.
The PS4 donations, so help us out.
Yeah, you will have kind of this. This is what I mean by a world space. It gives you, in this case, an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
There's trivial things you can do, like save a fish from drowning in air. I guess it'd be called drowning, but you could save a fish from doing that. That's not going to really affect your outcome, but it's going to make you feel like a better person.
Would it be suffocating? It would be suffocating, right?
It would be suffocating. You think so?
It wouldn't be drowning because you have to drown.
Drowning requires water. Suffocating. We'll go with suffocating.
Okay, we'll go with suffocating.
So Connor is our investigative android, and he has this entire space to figure out what's going on. What we do know is that an android has gone on the fritz, and he is taking the daughter of this family hostage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to Connor to go around to get as much data, get as many clues, and interpret that data as needed to try and gain an edge when negotiating with this hostage taker. So he's found his captain. He's trying to question the captain, and that's up to you at that point. You go, what's most important right now? Mm-hmm. So you could ask him a completely frivolous question, and the captain's probably like, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Leave me alone. And then you miss out on some other questions by asking stupid ones. You got to think about everything.
Yeah, and you see there's a percentage that popped up. It says percentage of success, 48%. Yep. So every choice you make, if you burn that bridge with that captain and you make him annoyed like he just did, percentage goes down. You ask the right questions, make the right actions, make the right choices, your percentage goes up. You know, so every choice matters. Plus, you're on a time limit. You can't just walk around forever.
Nope.
Someone's life's is at stake. So, but I'm looking at this and the world looks so alive.
It's crazy, man.
You see the guys moving position. I mean, it looks so good.
It's cool because this is Quantic Dream's strong suit. and they're doing it so well in this gameplay. It really makes me excited just because the way they did things in the back. You have so much going on at once. It feels so real because you're just like, I'm overwhelmed. I have a lot of shit to do right now, not a lot of time to do it, and I'm overwhelmed. So you just get free roam of the apartment for, you know, as long as you safely can, and you have as much time as it'll give you to find out as much data as you can and go out there and try and fucking save this.
And right
little
there,
girl.
it showed him that he just found information. He went through the girl's phone, if you want to call it, or Palm Pilot, whatever, and he found that her and David have a good relationship before this happened. So something's off. Something's definitely off. The Android
wasn't
just
a split-second decision on the Android's part.
Something happened. You know, they had a good relationship, and he uncovered that. The percentage went up. So I mean, now he's listening to headphones, and I mean, all this. You know, child didn't hear gunshots because she had headphones on. So all this. I cannot wait to play this game.
This is intense, dude. Like, this is making me nervous right now.
It's stressing you out?
Yeah, stressing me out, man.
It's building that suspense and all of this stuff. You're getting all these data, but you see that percentage of success isn't going up that much.
Yeah, and I mean, you still got, like, I don't know if you heard, but you got the good background and the guy yelling, you know, so you're not just walking around the room willy-nilly, you know, peaceful. You got the guy yelling outside, the girl screaming outside.
Going on right now.
It's going down. You know, this is just
that if waiting long enough, another officer can get shot. And
that's true.
And it's just like, it's basically a game's hard reminder that, hey, you're on a fucking timer. You don't have all the time in the world to do this.
Yeah, and I imagine a lot of people are gonna do. You know, a lot of people on YouTube are gonna do a lot of different playthroughs. Like, should I have gone to the phone? Should I have looked at this data? Can I skip this data? Do I really need to look, check out this video? It's just, I mean, I'm checking this out and it just looks so good.
This game is definitely going to be one you replay.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It seems like you need to keep track of your choices to really do your next playthrough efficiently, you know?
Yeah.
I think this is a game that I'd feel comfortable streaming once and then making YouTube content on replays, different outcomes. For sure. This is a game, any streamer out there, I see Q would chat, some people would chat, this is a game that you definitely want to pick up as a content creator because you can make so much content from this. For sure. All right. Let's move on. Because we could talk about this all day, just literally sit and watch this video.
Yeah.
For real. I will drop that video in chat if people want to look more into it.
Nice.
You guys are welcome to. But yeah, as of right now, this game is a PS4 exclusive. So you better pick up that PS4, baby. But there's a video. Oh man. But we're gonna jump right into.
Why do they keep doing this to me, man? Like, why do they keep?
It's a sign, bro. This is a sign from the universe. You know it is, man. Like, honestly, I put off getting a PS4 for like years, and I was like, yo, like, there's so many exclusives coming out. You got God of War coming out this month. Next month we got Detroit Become Human. I mean, every month there's a PS4 exclusive coming out, and they're stepping it up in 2018.
Yeah, they are stepping it up, man. It's been some good content. Seriously.
Yeah, and I mean, your community would love it. Bites, go throw it out there, man.
10 out of 10 for this one, you think?
Yeah, man. I think your community would love it. Yeah. Plus, sorry to get off the rails, but if you want to buy a PS4, man, I know the biggest thing that kind of was in my way was like, yo, I gotta buy games, dude. Subscribe to GameFly, I do, and you just rent $15.99 a month, get one game, play it as long as you want, send it back. I'm just like, it is the best thing. Right now I got Attack on Titan 2, which I've been playing. That's dope. It's smart. It's smart.
I like Fair enough.
Yeah. So really quick before we jump on to the next topic, which I'm very excited to cover. What would you guys rate that? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
10 even without the fishing.
Bro.
Yo.
We did fish though. We picked up a fish.
We did pick up a fish.
It automatically loses like 3 or 4 points for me for not being cross-platform.
That's not the game's fault.
I mean, that's not that. You said cross-platform, bro.
Well, I mean, not cross-platform, but you know what
exclusive,
I mean. Like
to be exclusive.
PC, yeah, not being an exclusive. Yeah, it is the game's fault because the game should not have been made and published through Sony. They should have chose someone else.
But what do you think? What do you think of right now? You're thinking I need to buy PS4. They did their job right. That's what I'm talking. They did their job
I am
right.
thinking that I need to buy a PS4.
Yo,
like,
hit up Craigslist. What's that other app people use to sell stuff? I don't know. It's on the phone. But bro, get a PS4, man. Buy used. There you go.
This seems like a PC game to me.
It does.
Sure.
It does. It does. Q in chat says it lost 1.5 out of 10 for being exclusive. I know a lot of people are down about it, but yo, Craig, you have a PS4, right?
Yeah.
If you could just feel the feeling me and Craig are feeling right now, if you could just experience the euphoric, just feeling you feel right now.
It's like having a G-rated erection.
Oh
man!
Oh my goodness,
man!
Craig.
If you could just
G-rated.
if you had a PS4, you could just feel this euphoric feeling of playing this next month. You'd understand. But Bites, hopefully one day, man, you'll feel how we feel.
No, it's not a big deal. I mean, I've been putting it off. I'm to the point now where I've seen enough good things come out over the last really year and a half that I should have bought one. I've just been putting it off, man.
Oh, my bad, Q. Q was saying, Q was asking how to lose points for being a console exclusive, like you said. I mean, he's not happy about that. He doesn't have one.
I don't like console exclusive games. I just don't.
Look at
I don't see the point.
Hey, fair enough.
Everybody in chat is like, yo, this is 10 out of 10, but it's losing points because it's exclusive. I'm just saying. I mean,
me and Glitch are just sitting here like, haters gonna hate.
Yeah,
gonna
pretty
hate.
much. Y'all don't understand. Well, I think y'all understand.
We understand
like the context, but still.
I mean, if you don't got PS4, you can slide on into our streams. You can watch us play, baby. Just gonna throw it out there.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Thank you, G.
I got you, man. I got you. I mean, also I could play it and then I could mail it to you. You could play it. I got you. I don't know.
You got me?
Okay. I got you.
It ain't that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. But let's move on. We can talk about this all day, man. I love these deep dives. I love these deep dives. I will do more of these. But let's move on to this is our first time ever really talking about a TV show on the cast. I thought we mixed it up. If you don't have Netflix, you need to get some Netflix in your life because we're going to be talking about Lost in Space, the reboot, aka the remaster. We're going to be talking about episode 1, the season premiere, aka Impact. And everybody watched it. I think Bites is actually almost done with the season.
Yeah, I'll be done today.
I was like, yo, we just need to watch episode 1. Bites and his wife almost binged the whole thing. I actually started watching episode 1 this morning. My girlfriend watched the majority of it. She's actually in the middle of the season, watched it without me. I was very surprised she actually liked it because she's not really into sci-fi and stuff. And she was actually very hesitant even watching. She's like, fine, I'll watch it. Because I was like, I need to watch this for the podcast and I need to watch this. She was like, fine. And she was sitting there glued to it when I was, doing chores, cleaning up the house. Oh, man. And then Craig, how far are you in with this?
2 episodes. I watched 1 and 2.
Yeah. All right. So some of the show. So little some of the show. So the first episode. So this actually dropped on Netflix. You know how Netflix does, guys. It drops the whole season. So it pretty much dropped the whole season on the 13th of this month.
Binge friendly.
Yes, very binge friendly. This is actually a remake of the original 1960s TV show Lost in Space. And I know a lot of you guys are going because when I first heard about the title, I was like, wait a minute, that sounds really familiar. And I was like, Danger, Will Robinson.
Will Robinson.
And I was like, yo, this is a remake. So I think a lot of people are like, that sounds familiar. So this is a remake. I know some people were thinking this might have been, setting before or after, just straight up just remake. It's not a continuation of where they left off in the last one of the TV show. A little summary of the show is an extinction event caused by celestial objects crashing into Earth threatens human survival. By 2046, mankind has launched a number of Jupiter ships, taking selected families to colonize a new world. The Robinson family is selected for the 24th ship, but before they arrive at the destination, alien robots reach the station's hull, which forces some of the families to evacuate early in their Jupiter's crafts. However, the Robinsons Jupiter 2 and the other craft fall through a rip in space, it was crazy, rip in space, and crash land on an unknown planet that's inhabited. The Robinsons and the other colonists battle the strange new environment and their own personal demons as they attempt to escape the planet. And the cast for this is played by Molly Parker, which is Maureen Robinson, Toby Steffens, which is John Robinson.
Handsome.
Yes, Maxwell Jenkins, which is Will Robinson, and Taylor Russell, which is Judy Robinson, and Mina Sunwall, which is Penny Robinson. The cast is great.
Very good cast. Good cast for real.
Little warning, we're gonna watch the show, but little warning, I was annoyed in the first episode. And I guess the TV show did it right. Acting's a point if it can make me annoyed, Like
True.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like if you watch Game of Thrones, what's that kid? The king kid?
Joffrey.
Joffrey. Oh, I wanted him to die so bad. He annoyed me.
You had to take a step back with Joffrey because you went, God damn it, fuck that guy. And then you realize he's an actor and you go, holy shit, he's doing an amazing job. I hate him.
Could you imagine how many people were like, yo, I hate you, Joffrey, to his Instagram and his Twitter? Like, bro, you're annoyed.
Probably a lot of people.
I mean, yeah, that's funny. But there's a trailer right there. Let me know when you guys are ready. We'll watch the trailer and then we'll dive more into the episode. All right. All right. 3, 2, 1, vamonos.
Let the sci-fi eye candy begin.
The one thing that I saw in the initial thing where they were playing the cards and the camera angles and all of that is it looked like a goddamn AAA film.
Oh, yeah.
And I really sat there and I went, Netflix is getting it. But I'll shut up. Let's just watch this.
We're lost. No kidding. This is Will Robinson of the 24th Colonist Group. I'm the first human to discover evidence of an alien intelligence. What is that? It's okay.
Will!
He's with me.
Danger, Will Robinson.
We may not be safe here.
Yeah, this trailer hooked me. I was like, I gotta watch this.
I wish I watched this trailer before I watched the series.
Wait, you never even saw the trailer?
No?
Gently.
What the hell are you?
There is a rule that's written in stone.
Like, this looks like it just could have been a movie.
Oh,
Be safe out there. You don't know what you might find.
John, where are you?
Who are you? It's complicated.
If you have any hope of saving your family, you will help me.
Go get our kids and get them off this planet.
What?
It's not a space-themed show unless there's piano.
Very true. Very true.
Well, I'll say this. Very few movies have a trailer that's, I don't know, equally as good as the movie, I would say. Because in this case, I mean, not the movie or show, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But the movie, I mean, I keep calling it the movie, but this show is actually better than the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, like the trailer is phenomenal, but the show is amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really, really good.
It's and like we're not like trying to hype this up. This is just, I mean, if the trailer took my breath away. I was like, whoa, I've been looking for a show like this.
We are not being paid.
We are not being paid at all for this. But yo, if you got Netflix and if you don't, start your 30-day trial and check this out. So let's jump into the first episode. I see some people in chat.
Do you want a dramatic reading of this?
I mean, yeah, you can do a dramatic reading, but I do want to point out, Design said in chat, he said, I wanted Judy to die in the first episode. Oh,
damn,
man, that's cold-blooded, bro.
Tiffany had no love for Judy.
Love,
fuck.
Man.
Jesus.
Apparently I don't either. I couldn't even say her name and it's right in front of me.
All right. But all right. you want to read that synopsis for the summary so everybody kind of gets an idea?
Summary or episode
Episode
one?
summary, yeah.
Can
Impact.
do. So our episode 1 summary, episode 1 is Impact. So what you need to know about episode 1, sentient alien androids attack the Jupiter Mission 24 colonial spacecraft named Resolute, which is carrying scientists and colonists to Alpha Centauri. Escape crafts are hurled into a wormhole of all things, with some crash landing on an Earth-like planet. The Robinson family craft, Jupiter 2, crashes into a shallow glacial lake, sinking to the bottom. 18-year-old Judy, the oldest Robinson child and the mission doctor, dives into the sunken ship to retrieve a battery, but becomes entrapped in ice when the water freezes because nighttime's a coming, you dig? With 5 hours of oxygen left, Judy communicates to her sister, Penny, how to treat their injured mother, who has compartment syndrome from a leg injury. We'll get into that later. John and Will, in the meantime, have set out to collect magnesium that may melt the ice and free Judy. Inside a cave, Will falls down an icy chasm, landing at the edge of a temperate forest. John radios Will that he will return after saving Judy. I mean, the guy can only save one kid at once.
Oh, bro, don't get me started about that.
One child at a time, man.
Alone, Will encounters an alien robot and its crashed ship. He befriends it by aiding it in its self-repair ability before a forest fire surrounds them. The robot adopts a humanoid form to relate to Will and rescues him. The family attempts to free Judy by melting the ice, but a sudden rainstorm hinders their progress. This is where we'll talk about later, where I get a little annoyed. Will and the robot arrive, and the robot rescues Judy. In a flashback scene, a woman steals the identity of Dr. Zachary Smith and boards a spacecraft along with Don West and Tam Roughneck. That is our episode 1 summary.
I mean, it was lit. It was lit. It was pretty good.
But
let me also say real quick, disclaimer, guys, spoilers. We're gonna talk about the whole episode, so we pretty much just ruined the first.
You just spoiler me after I read my.
Yeah,
summary?
I'm so sorry, man. I was like halfway there. I was like, I probably. But I mean, guys, I mean, we're gonna recap this. We're gonna talk about the first episode. So
watch
I mean,
the first episode.
You could watch it for yourself. I think a lot of people in chat watched it, but like even with that description, you still gotta watch it. It's really good. It's really good.
I mean, this is not every detail.
Even with that summary, you don't at all grasp it.
Oh no.
At the same time, we're still going to talk about it because I want to highlight on 2 things right now, and that's compartment syndrome and that's magnesium.
All right, so let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, shouldn't we start at the beginning?
Let's start at the beginning. Let's talk through. I know you want it. I know we're gonna have enough time to vent.
That's really far along.
Yeah, that's really towards the end.
Let's
start at the beginning. So obviously, everybody knows the opening scene is pretty much them playing cards, right? They were sitting there playing cards, and were they entering orbit or something like that? They're ready to enter orbit. Oh no, they were actually just following other ships, and something happened. Some malfunction happened, right?
I believe something the planet caught a hold of them.
Yeah. All right, so got a little close to orbit. They obviously entered orbit. Something wrong with their ship. Alarms start going off. A metal case slides directly into the wife's leg, correct?
Ouch. Yes,
and that is Maureen Robertson, played by Molly Parker. And that's pretty much the first of many, many things to happen in the first episode. And then they pretty much they crash land on a glacier, and then they all jump out. I don't know, remind me if I'm skipping anything. They all jump out, and their ship sinks, blah, 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 down to the bottom. Now this is where I want to.
It wasn't that like
down to the bottom, and this is what I want to talk about. I kind of skimmed the beginning because nothing really happened. Cards crash. Blah, blah, blah. All right, this is where we're gonna stop. We're gonna talk about this because this part annoyed me. So the ship is going down, and the whole family there. The father, the mother, the 2 daughters, and the son, Will Robertson, are there, and they have a split-second decision. Obviously, because nighttime's coming, and they're obviously on a planet which can reach below -60, right? -60 at nighttime. So they're going to freeze to death. So they're like, yo, we need to go down, and we need to get a battery so we keep ourselves warm and recharge our suits because we'll lose power. Exactly. So the father, they look at Will, the young boy, and they're like, Will, bro, you got to go down there, man, because this is what you do. Everybody has been tasked on the crew with a job. The daughter, a skill. Penny Robinson is the mechanic. She repairs stuff. Judy Robinson is the medic. Will Robinson, who knows what he does yet?
Don't really know.
We don't really know. John Robinson, he's the military, obviously the aggressive type. He's security. And then Maureen Robinson is, what does she even do? She like
get injured.
Get injured. She gets injured. I think she's like plots courses and does all the like the math and stuff, right?
She does like some scientific stuff.
Yeah, she's a scientist. You know, she's a scientist. She goes along to figure out what's happening in atmosphere and all this stuff. Blah blah blah. All right, so this is part I want to talk about. Yeah, this is what I want to talk about. So the father looks at Will and says, "Yo, bro, you got to go down there and get a battery. All right, our lives depend on it. Will, we need this. Will." Will proceeds to get this weird look in his face, like he just shit his pants, and he's like, "Hell no!"
Many times throughout the various episodes.
I can't stand that face. And he's like, "Yo," he just freezes up, and I'm like, "Yo, Will, do this, man. Do this."
You're gonna see a lot of Will shitting himself mentally in the first episode.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
what?
What do you want me to do?
What?
And
Yeah,
so Judy, which is a G, I'm not gonna lie, Judy, she goes, "You know what, Will? Get out of my way. I got this." She doesn't say it like that, but she jumps in the water and she goes down there and starts swimming in her suit. All right. Now keep in mind, I mean, that it's about to freeze.
The temperature's dropping.
They're dropping it, you know, very rapidly. All right. So obviously, because they crashed through, you know what I mean? It makes sense. They crashed through a glacier and obviously warmed it up, made it water because obviously the ship was hot and stuff like that. So the water's going to refreeze. So she has a very small amount to get down there, grab a battery. But the catch is they needed Will to do it because the hatch was on top and the hatch was only open so far. And Will actually got out through the hatch. So it's like, "Yo, Will, we need you to go back to the hatch. That's the shortest route to get the battery, get back up." All right. So obviously when Judy jumps down there, she's too big to go through the hatch. She needs to go through the main door they came out of, you know, and the father's yelling, the mom's yelling, "Don't do this." So she goes down there and she says she couldn't get into the compartment they wanted to go into. What was the name of it? Do you guys remember?
No.
Everyone's just pissed at Judy. That's
we're all really pissed. No, I'm pissed at Will right now. Judy's a G. So
fair enough.
Yeah. So Judy goes down there, obviously hard headed. She goes down there and she says, "You know, I can't get in there, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna go to the garage and I'm gonna grab a big battery." You know?
They don't like the garage though.
It's too far away. It's too far away. It's so far away. She grabs the battery. She goes swimming. You know, she's doing her Michael Phelps. She's swimming. And she goes and she makes it out. Now, the problem is that battery weighs quite a bit and it's slowing her down.
It's super heavy.
It's super. And the mother goes, "We don't know when the water is going to freeze." And it starts to freeze inside the ship. So
she said it's starting to look like a slushy down here.
And she's swimming. And the water starts to freeze. I'm not gonna lie, that was a beautiful shot. When the water started to freeze around it, it was breathtaking. She starts to swim up and she's like, "Yo, you're not gonna make it. And at this point, I think to myself, just hold on to the battery. You know, this part, you're gonna understand what happened next. I was like, just hold on to the battery. And she lets it go.
God damn it.
Why let go of the battery, Judy?
It was like,
you're committed, Judy. You were committed.
That was the whole point of this mission, to grab the battery, Judy. So she's lets go of the battery, obviously to make it out alive. And she's swimming. And right before her hand could break the surface, she freezes.
In an awkward position too.
And like this.
So,
and I was like,
believe. I
So
believe if we were going in chronological order and we are shutting each other down and according to chronology, we saw a comet earlier that we didn't mention.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I skipped over that. Yes. I don't think that was a comet. Those were actually ships, no?
It was a ship falling into the atmosphere, or something. But it was burning white, and the engineer mother challenges the kids. I guess she's had kind of a mental roll on them. So, everyone's asking, does Judy die? That's why I'm in here. I'm building suspense.
We'll get there.
So she challenges them. She goes, "Okay, so what color is that fire that's going around it? It's white." Well, that wouldn't be a ship. It'd be something else entirely. So no one really knows what it is right now.
That caused it.
Because if it was a ship, the field would burn red.
At this point.
Well, in that time, Will realizes something else. As Judy has been frozen and encapsulated in the ice, she is now trapped. Will now realizes that burning white like that would be magnesium. You know what magnesium's great for? Burning hot, burning hard, and it hates the shit out of ice.
It's amplified by water, apparently.
Water, truth.
Yes.
And that's where we get the pissed off moment. That's where we get the good moment. So Will goes to Papa and he goes, dude,
Papa.
magnesium burns the shit out of everything and it hates the shit out of water. We could get her out of there if we go get that magnesium that just landed.
In fact, he says something about magnesium runs in a vein or something.
Yeah, we hit the main vein, Daddy.
We hit the main vein.
We hit the main vein, Daddy.
Let's not step too far, Will. You don't know what we're dealing with.
Yeah. Which I
but
was
he
kind of
was
confused. I was like, how did he know that?
What is he talking about?
He hadn't done any investigation.
I mean, this kid had training. I mean, we obviously realize he's. Oh yeah, I can't. I'm sorry.
He didn't have an iPad out looking at like the landscape, so I was confused.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's continue.
So now they split off. So Will and Pop Daddy they go to get the magnesium in hopes of harvesting it and collecting it to help Judy out of the ice. So in the meantime, I believe who's mom? I forget her name. I already forget her name.
Mom is Maureen Robertson.
You're right. So Maureen has fallen unconscious, or at the very least, is now in the survival tent. She is not. She's really feeling that leg injury right now.
Because
from the pain.
It got crushed because her leg got crushed on the ship when it was crashing. Yes.
True.
Yeah.
So now she's down for the she's down for the count.
Passed out.
Now we have Penny, who's sitting there looking at Judy, who's sitting there doing nothing because she's frozen.
She's frozen.
Right. She ain't through shit. Fucking Penny. Then we have
I said fucking Penny.
We have Maxwell or Mac as well. Wait, fuck! I'm fucking things up.
Will.
We have John.
Will.
And we have Will.
Yeah,
John and
the
Will
son
that have
and the
gone out to
father.
do that. Penny's doing nothing. Good old Penny.
Like nothing. Like she's not even because the thing was when the initial reaction was when she got stuck in the water. The father took a knife and started chiseling. I mean, he was going ham.
Penny
he
could
wasn't
be doing that while they're gone.
He like it, but no. When they're gone to hit the main vein, Daddy, they got Penny and Judy. Well, Penny and the mother's passed out, and the only thing Judy's doing is sitting there crying. I'm like, yo, you could at least be giving 10% effort right now. Just keep going. I mean, just do something. Give 10% at least. Keep going. But she's sitting there crying.
Pretty much, Penny's fucking up. So we fast forward a bit in the episode. Will and Papa John have found this vein. They begin harvesting it. And they get it. And that's when some form of shift happens in the cave they're in. And it separates them. Will falls down a chasm, does a little fucking, what do you want to call it? Great Wolf Lodge, slip and slide down the.
I was going to say slip and slide because apparently this was a perfect tubing in the ice.
Perfect tubes.
Great for a slide is what it was.
He didn't hurt him at all.
The problem was he didn't know it was a slide at the time. He thought he was going to die, so he didn't enjoy it that much. Moving on. So Will has fallen down, but Will has communicated to Papa John that he is safe. Papa John now has to make a decision. He says, okay, Will for the time being is safe, but Judy has 5 or so hours left on life support in her suit before she's not going to cope with that ice. So he goes, Will, sit put. Do not move.
All right, can we pause there? We're gonna pause there. I want to interject. So let me continue where we're gonna feed off each other. Bites, jump in when you want, bro. When you want to vent. So, so he tells him, "Yo, stay there, son," because he has 2 things he got to do. He's got to save the daughter, which is gonna freeze to death and run out of oxygen.
Check on his wife.
She's got 5 hours of oxygen, right? 5 hours. His wife is unconscious. Her legs crushed. She's got compartmental syndrome. She's probably internal bleeding. She's doing something fancy down there. The daughter. What's her name? Judy ain't. No, it's not Judy. Penny ain't doing shit down there. So this man, I mean, she ain't doing nothing. But this man, he's a soldier. He needs to fix it all, baby. So he's down there.
He wasn't even stressed out though.
No, but he's a soldier though. That's his training. I mean, he's just like, yo, this is walk in the park, baby. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So
cool, calm, composed on the outside.
Yeah, calm and composed, but inside he's freaking out. All right,
he's
so
probably crying on the inside.
He's like, why did I have to come with my family? This is the worst family vacation ever. All right. Yeah. So the son went down the slip and slide, Grateful Lodge, and he's down there. So he falls down there and he looks out and he sees a utopia of greenery, vegetation. Because they made a note in the beginning. They said, hey, we need to traverse down the glacier where it's warmer. And the reason the family didn't go down, because they said, no, the mother's up here and she can't make it down. So they're supposed to sit up there. All right. That's strike one. I would have left the mother. Not going to lie. So they're down there. And this is what really made me upset. The father goes, hey, I have to leave. And the son goes, Dad, why are you leaving me? And I'm like, bro, you know your sister's back there freezing to death. You got to save her. On. And the face the son makes, you'll see it a lot in the first episode. He makes that face like he's about to just poop himself. He doesn't know what to do. The father says, stay still. All right. Father takes the magnesium.
Wait. Before we move on, do you remember when the father asked Will? I guess he asked him to kind of describe it, or maybe Will just offered the information.
The gray stuff over there.
He was like, "Yeah, it's green stuff everywhere, which means there are things that eat the green stuff, which means there are things that eat the things that eat the green stuff." Like I was just,
bro, you're not helping, man. The first thing I would have done. When I smack my hand, I would have bounced up like a bouncy ball, and I'll be like, Dad, there's some trees down here. Something's going on. Help me. You know, like, why do you take so long to tell your dad what's going on? That just kills me. And so the father has to leave. He says, son, stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Oh my God. The son gets up and he just starts walking. Because embers, you know, these little red embers. My girlfriend said they were fireflies, but I knew they were embers the whole time. And there's embers, little fire embers, you know, little fire embers and ash coming down. And his first reaction is, let's go walking out from the woods where I don't know where I'm at. If my father comes back, he won't be able to find me. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. I'm going to let
that manly child cry. Where you try to hold it in, but you still got the little baby face. So
that face he made, the face he was like, that adventure face he made, I was like, don't do this, man. I knew it when he got that face, like this man's gonna walk off, and he did it. Yep. He walked off.
You knew exactly what he did from that face, so that's clearly good acting.
So he walks off. His father goes back, and he, the son's traversing, do the thing. And I know it cuts back and forth a couple of times, and definitely jump in if I'm wrong. And he's walking, and he comes across a spaceship, right? And it doesn't look like a Jupiter. It looks like a straight alien spaceship off Alien vs. Predator.
Very true.
And the son takes out his GoPro and he starts videotaping stuff like his vlog. And he's like, yo,
he said it's not a GoPro, it's a space GoPro. We need to clarify.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it was.
But it had a fucking selfie stick, so it's close enough to it.
It was something going on. Yeah. And he was walking around, he's like, I'm the first person to discover alien life. And I don't know how. I don't blame him, though.
I would have did the same thing. I would have been like, yo, I'm about to be rich.
Bites is out here for the history.
Right now. Yes. Discovered proof that there's aliens. I'm down for that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but this kid walks up to the doorstep of the ship.
I wouldn't have done that.
No, bro, I would have been like right over the mountain, like, bro, I would have been whispering and everything. there's a ship over there. Daddy. This man walks up to it and he begins to stutter. And then his idea is, this kills me. He hears a noise and he runs up the hill to go see what it is, go to investigate. And then he sees like this leg step out.
Yeah.
Why would you run up a hill? You know there's an alien ship. Why would you run up a hill to go see what it is?
Like, yeah. I wouldn't have done that.
I wouldn't have done that, bro.
I wouldn't have been that close anyways. Like,
we're
my
grown,
first thoughts
partner.
Is that this could probably get me killed. So
I mean, I was a smart kid. I'm not gonna lie. I would have ran the other direction. First off, I would have been out there. I would have been right there with my sister trying to get out of the ice.
Who was that kid from Home Alone? Was it
Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah. Oh, I would have did the Macaulay Culkin run out of that joint, just like screaming, like, ah!
Yeah.
I saw that leg of that alien in the woods, I would have been gone, bro.
Yeah, but finally his instincts kick because it says, oh, snap, I got to run. He Usain bolts his way out of there, keeps, his cute little leg, he's running. And then it cuts back to his father. His father goes back to the thing and proceeds to, with the magnesium, he's had his army face on, he's about to get his daughter out of the, he's on a mission, about to get his daughter out of the ice. His wife says something that upset me to the core. She says, where's my son? He obviously explains to her that he's back there. He fell down, a slip and slide, at Wild Worlds or whatever you want to go for a slip and slide. and she, what did she say? She says something like,
I don't know, but I know it pissed me off.
Yeah, she says like, where's my son? Why don't you rescue him or something like that? Something along those lines.
Oh yeah,
you remember what she said? I forgot the line she said, but it made me so upset. I was like, yo.
She was just like, where's Will?
Where's Will?
Yeah.
And
we're
he's
always
like,
looking for a Will in Netflix series. I tell you what.
Yeah. she said something, I forgot the line, but I wish I knew it, but she said something that just maybe enriches my soul. She pretty much said, where's my son? You need to go rescue him. And he's like, yo, I gotta rescue the daughter now. Your dumb son is off traversing somewhere,
Your dumb son.
Yeah, dumb son, so he takes the magnesium and he obviously lights it on fire. He starts burning a hole in it. You know what I mean? Am I on track? Starts burning a hole. It's doing Gucci. It's good. The son's off, playing Explorer, and I'll let Bites take away the rest. I'm good.
Explorer / running away from alien leg.
Yeah, it's killing me, man. You want to take the rest, Bites, or you want me and Craig continue?
I mean, we could just talk about it.
All
they basically lit up the magnesium, and then they started to get some progress with digging her out, and then it starts to rain, and then
interjection time.
Okay, go ahead.
Fucking here. We learn one thing in fire school when it comes to magnesium, and that's water pisses it off. I hate to break it to you. Will said ice pisses magnesium off. I hate to break it to you. Ice is hardened, frozen water.
Yeah.
So when it starts to rain, it should have just pissed the magnesium off.
It should have kept going. It should have kept going, but it didn't.
Didn't, and that's where it lost me. But it made up for it later in the episode.
Oh yeah.
And then one of the things that the father did, like once it started to rain, like he knew it was raining, and he still tried to light that use a lighter. Like he
was trying.
That killed my soul.
I was like, come on, dude.
I like, bro. There's a tin over there. Rip a piece of the tin off. Hold it over the hole.
Hey,
come on, man.
Let's just feel better about it. Let's call it a father's desperation to save their kid.
But the magnesium is burning a hole, and she's so close. You can see her hands sticking out. She's wiggling little fingers, and she's got the daughter has a couple hours of oxygen left. She's panicking. Everybody's saying, "I got you, BB, I got you." And and it starts to rain, and then all hope is lost. Cut back, and then we cut to another scene. Will is actually now running away from the thing he saw that he never should have gone to investigate. Makes sense. True. And he's running. He climbs up a tree, and the only thing that's chasing him are these two legs. And you're just like, what is going on? There's these two legs, and he's running away from his two legs, and he jumps up a tree, and the legs can't make it up the tree, So at this time, we think this is a hostile alien trying to claw him to death with his feet.
I mean, wouldn't you? Shit.
I mean, I would too.
He's gone up the tree. The legs are looking at him. Now.
The legs are looking at him, and I'm like, how are the legs? And he's like, how do you know where I'm at? How do you see me? It gets better. And he proceeds to back up this branch. He's shimming back. Shimmy, Cocoa Puff. Listen to me now. He's backing up, and he turns around. You see this claw. He turns around, and then there is the upper part of the body, the torso and the head, and it scratches him, his jacket. So he backs up, and he's cornered. He's pinned. He can't go anywhere. Now it gets better. A fire starts. So there's a fire to add to the mix, and the fire is everything's catching fire. The forest, honestly, they really fast forwarded that fire. Like really fast.
I mean,
that was a fucking aggressive fire.
Yeah,
fire. That nothing is that fast or aggressive. Doesn't matter how dry it is.
I was like, what is that fire just took over? And so right now, Will's caught between the legs, the torso, and the head, and the fire. And he's crying. His normal crying, crocodile tears, and he's crying his face off. And he's like, Dad. He can't reach him because there's no signal. So he's leaving the voicemail. Yeah. He's like, Dad, I'm gonna die. I'm in danger. He makes this little joke. He's like, I'm in not bad danger, but I'm in danger, or something like that. I'm like, yo, you're about to die.
Anime said he gets scratched, he poops himself, both the alien and Will feel awkward.
Yeah. I mean, that's the truth of it all, because they were kind of locking eyes for a minute, like what just happened,
Yeah. And then let me ask you, there's a part where I was like, yo, this alien is intelligent and has a consciousness. It's not hostile, because there's a little butterfly that floats down. You can also see in the trailer, a little butterfly that floats down on Will's jacket, and Will's like, this is amazing. And then it flutters over to the alien, and the alien has it on his hands. And I was like, yo, this alien's about to obliterate it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't kill it. It just, at that point, I was like, oh, this alien has emotions. It knows what's going on.
And they're both completely fucking lost right now.
And they're just lost. It's
that couldn't have been me, because if that butterfly would have landed on me while I was in that tree, I would have fucking fell out immediately.
I'd be like, what are you?
I would have, bro. Honestly, I would have thought every single thing is hostile, even the vegetation. You don't know what's going on. So at this moment, the fire is coming. The torso's down there. Will says, you know what? I'm finally going to step up. Finally, Will does something. And he pushes the torso of the alien off the tree. and down on the ground with the rest of his legs. It does some black magic down there. Now it's got his torso on his neck, on his body. And it looks up at Will, and then it jumps up there, cradles Will in his arms, and jumps off the tree to safety. All right?
Cradle Will like a football might.
Yeah, and Will was Gucci with it. He didn't scream. Cool, he was just like,
He made it to the goddamn end zone.
I would have screamed my face off when that alien grabbed me.
I would have had to ask the robot, "Can I get on the back?" Though, like you're not.
Would you rather be burned to death or cradled by an alien android?
But you don't know where that alien could take you to some hideout and just dissect you, do some crazy stuff. You don't know this,
could, right?
That's the first thing I would think of. This alien had 4 arms, man. You don't know what is, and then try to kill me. All right, so let's fast forward. We're gonna take forever. So
we forgot about Judy.
Oh, Judy.
For a moment. Oh. And I'm gonna take over here. We're gonna move on. Judy's still down there. Penny's still not doing shit, but Penny's talking to Judy, and that's at least something. Good job, Penny. When we find out that Maureen is now awake, she comes out, but the leg is hurting like hell still.
Oh, yes.
So Judy is the team doctor, and this is where I will give the episode credit because I'm familiar with this area. They feel Mama Maureen's leg, and it's rock hard from that blunt force leg injury. Now it's hours after, which is consistent, and Judy decides that it is compartment syndrome, which basically when you suffer a really bad impact in the leg's natural immune response is to swell up. The problem is the leg swells up so much it cuts off circulation, and not treated, you can lose your leg. So Judy properly instructs Penny how to relieve the swelling of that area and allow for the expansion that the muscle's doing right now. I forget the actual maneuver or the actual name of the procedure, but you take a scalpel and you go along all of the muscle groups through the leg and you bring it down to allow for that expansion. It's kind of like an escharotomy in the chest. You cut it to allow for expansion. And that's where it makes up for the magnesium for me, because that was literally word for word what you're supposed to actually do.
Yeah, Judy was Judy was speaking to. Judy was cool. Judy was a cool cucumber. You like what I do?
No shit.
She was down there and she was actually conveying to Penny, her sister that wasn't doing much,
how to do this,
to do the operation.
And she did some stuff.
She did some
Can
stuff.
you imagine being under that amount of stress and somebody telling you that you need to take a scalpel to somebody's leg?
Your mom's leg.
To your mom's leg.
Steak.
It's just, she was like, it's a steak, add a little humor. She's like, it's a steak. I like steak. I'm going to cut the steak. And she was just cutting. And she cuts one time. She says, I'm done. I'm Gucci. She goes, no, you got to do that 3 more times.
Yeah,
right.
Like,
and then she just went, son of a bitch.
Yeah, like, dang. But, they show a little blood. They show one cut, but then they fast forward to the next scene. So obviously we don't know if the mother's okay, but she completed the operation to Gucci. So where are we now?
Kind of. So Will is now safe. John, I believe, is back.
Yep.
Maureen is okay for the time being. Penny actually did something this episode, and Judy is still trapped in ice.
Yeah. Yep. And this where it starts raining, right? I read that part.
It was already raining at that.
It already rained. Oh,
it rained
it
after the when she fixed her leg and all that.
Yeah, after that. So it starts raining. The father finally makes it back. It starts raining. He's running. The magnesium won't light. I don't know why. Like Craig said, it makes no sense. Magnesium won't light, and he can't light it because the lighter won't light because it's raining.
It's raining, or they ran out, or something.
Yeah. So the hole that the magnesium burned through is getting filled back up. So they're crying, they're panicking, and saying, "Baby, we're here. Baby girl, we're here." And
which, might I add, it was a small ass hole. I don't know how they thought it was
they
gonna
didn't do very well with that hole.
I'm like, yo, what are you gonna do? Grab her hand and that's it? Like,
it was just her hand that they had basically got to. So
yeah. So they do that, and it turns out Will. I don't know if I missed something, but Will. The alien shows up and they're crying and they all three do this group hand hug thing where they're like, baby, we're here. And you think Judy's going to die in the hole. And you're like, that's it. I'm like, yo, they can't kill this girl off. It's the first episode. So guess who comes to the rescue? The alien. Now, before the alien comes to the rescue, it's on this mountaintop after rescuing Will. And it scans him. It does this weird scan. It makes himself look like a human. So obviously Will wouldn't be scared. I would still be terrified.
Yep.
So the alien shows up. They see this little silhouette of the alien walking down this hill like God, you know, and the dad and the mom and everybody's taken back like, oh, snap, you know? So they're taken back, and the alien comes up, and Will Robinson runs down and says, Dad, Papa, it's with us. And the dad's like holding up. He's like, oh, snap, what you do now, son? You know? And so, you know,
God
the alien
damn it,
comes
Will.
over. Come on, Will. And the whole time I yelled, come on, Will, so many times in this episode. The alien shows up, and it gets like this, you know, starts warming up. It has like these heaters for hands or whatever. And it
turned into a radiator, basically.
It turns into a radiator. He saved the daughter, you know, saves the daughter, pulls her out. Everybody's in shock, like, what's going on? And then they have the audacity to turn to the alien and say, hey, can you please keep us warm and be our heater?
Hey,
I was
you think
like,
you can warm us
The
up?
alien became a mobile plot resolver.
yes, I was like, what is? I mean, it made sense, but at the same time, I was like, you gotta be joking me. The
I
aliens
mean,
are pretty
Will,
much.
he basically turned him into a slave after this. I mean, like, that was the beginning.
Yeah, and but you know, oh man, there's so many different parts that people. This was saying, watch the episode because there's a lot of different parts, the visual parts that we're not saying right now that add more to the plot. So they're saved by the alien, and then isn't that the end of the first episode?
I mean, for the most part, I think
As soon as they were
saving-
warm, that was kind of it.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it. Yeah,
That
and,
is-
and that
Mhm.
part really showed kind of the. I mean, if you really think about it, the type of command that Will has over the robot, the fact that he's willing to sit there and heat up the family, which is under use of his skills,
Mhm.
you know, really shows what kind of control Will had. You know
I
what
wouldn't
mean?
say control. I would say connection.
Yeah,
Because the robot won't listen
You
to
wanna go
anybody
connection?
but
Okay.
Will. Because I mean, the robots. I mean, the alien. I'm calling alien. Intelligent life is not dubbed. He sees that Will saved him, so he's returning the favor because he didn't have to do any of that, you know. So I look at it more as a relationship rather than
It's
him
like a
enslaving.
friendship, you think?
A friend, yeah, like a friendship. The kid's
Give and
innocent.
take.
Yeah, the
But-
kid's innocent, and you know.
So that's a good point, and I won't spoil it, but I'm going to come back and ask you this question later on down in the episodes, whether you still think it's a friendship or is the robot enslaved?
I think Bites knows more than we do, and he's trying.
He's towards the end. Like we're all different parts. I saw something. I do want to talk. I see something coming up. Like, you know how you see something like, okay, we're going to kind of like move on to the second episode a little bit. We're almost done with the podcast, guys. I promise. So there's a part I see coming. I think Bites is already there. I think you're there, Craig, where the lady that steals the doctor's jacket and goes on the ship, she saw. Actually, no, we're going to stop right there because we're going to stop right there.
We
Because-
have a gym that I added last minute that I think
Did you?
might want to
Okay.
look at.
Okay, we're going to stop right there because we're going to ruin the whole show for
But
everybody.
all in
So,
all, a good show, right?
Great
Very
show.
good
It's
so
very
far.
entertaining.
Pretty good.
amazing show. Netflix is killing it.
Except for Will. Fuck Will.
Fuck Will. Good Lord Jesus. I'm sorry, Will. You're a great actor out there, whoever you are, but I'm sorry. Will is killing me right now. Papa. But great show, guys. Definitely watch it. I mean, Netflix is killing. Altered Carbon dropped. This dropped.
Oh, so good. Altered Carbon.
And
I still
what
need to
was-
finish Altered Carbon. I didn't
I watched
finish
that
it.
all in one day.
All right. And Craig, do you want to talk about this one right here?
Alrighty, we got a gym for you guys, and by gym we mean a bad gym.
Mhm.
But I just found out about this. For those who want to know, it happened today. Arlie Ermey, the guy who played Gunnery Sergeant Hartman in Full Metal Jacket, has passed away today at 74. He died due to complications of pneumonia. And in my opinion, he'll be greatly missed. He's most notable for that role as Gunnery Sergeant Hartman on Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, let's pay this man some respects, man. Let's
Definitely reserve some
drop
respect
the
for all
G's
he's
in
done.
chat, man. Drop the G's for this guy.
Mhm.
I really like this dude. He was always entertaining.
I'm
Yeah.
pressing my app. But
Yeah.
no, I just
He typically was known to play military roles in movies. He enlisted in the Marine Corps when he was 17. He had a criminal mischief when you're young, so he enlisted in the Marines. He spent 14 months in Vietnam, beginning in 1968.
Real Vietnam.
Yeah, real Vietnam. Moving to Okinawa. He had a medical discharge, and I believe that's when he went to acting.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Yeah, he studied in the Philippines university. He was actually, I don't know if it's the first one, but he was cast as a chopper pilot in Apocalypse Now.
such a good movie too.
That was a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of confused. Like, how do you pass complications of pneumonia? Because pneumonia treatable?
Pneumonia is treatable, but oftentimes pneumonia can progress far enough, and without treatment, it can get bad enough to actually cause really bad respiratory damage.
Pneumonia is
I
bad,
got you.
and I imagine, I'm not, Craig knows more than this, but the older you get, the less your body can handle. I had pneumonia a couple years ago, and it was the worst thing. Like, yo, chat. I woke up in the middle of the night. It started in the day. I felt like just a normal cough, a chest cold. And then I was up at like 2 a.m. and I couldn't breathe. Like I was taking like little puffs of breath because you're like, you can't breathe. I had to go to the hospital, got hooked up to like some oxygen. It was the scariest thing in my life.
Take that, really? But take it at 74 years old. Yeah.
Your lungs are weak. Like I thought I was literally gonna die. Like I was like, yo, I'm about to pass out. It was horrifying. So take that at 70. And yeah. If you guys, I think a lot of people don't really know what this guy looks like, but let me show you guys a picture. I think you guys see this. Everybody will recognize who he is.
Yeah.
This guy.
Rest
right
in
here.
peace, buddy.
Yep. Drill sergeant. That was him.
Been in like a lot of movies.
He was the guy.
He was the Sarge. Yeah.
Always like perfect for the role.
Yeah. I think a lot of people now you guys see who he was. Yeah. R.I.P. Rest in peace, man. Somebody, what is this? Somebody brought up Titan, the movie Titan. Is that Netflix?
Titan. I think I heard something about.
Oh yes. The Titan on Netflix. That we saw that when my girlfriend actually saw it.
How was it?
I didn't watch it, but she said it was pretty good. She said the ending was a little weird, but this is another sci-fi show we could talk about next weekend. But let me ask a little question. I know we're like, time flew today. I know we're over, but how do you guys feel about this edition? Be honest. Did you guys enjoy us recapping episodes? Would you guys like us to do this in the future, along with gaming and tech? Have like gaming, tech, and movie show recaps and reviews? Would you guys something like? Because I feel like this was awesome. This was a blast. Recapping the first episode. Just let us know. If you don't let us know now, let us know on Discord, on Twitter. I would love to do more of these.
Certainly.
Recaps. You like it, to be honest? Thank you, design. I think it was fun. It was fun.
I enjoyed it, man. It was good. I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you, man. Didn't you see a scary movie recently that we covered on the show? A Quiet Place.
I saw The Quiet Place.
How was it, man? Did you like it?
I loved it. It was good. It was really, like Craig said, it was great. What up, Jim? Craig said it was great. It was phenomenal. The first 15 minutes of the movie, you're sitting there just trying to be as quiet as you could be. It's weird. It's weird what it did. It was like interactive. It was like an interactive movie.
It was, because everyone was quiet and you mimicked that. You were immediately like, I better not, like, my phone's actually on vibrate. I'm not fucking touching this. I'm not eating my popcorn too loud.
Yeah, this guy next to me was just like, I've never heard popcorn chew so loud, and he knew it. He was like, he's like, damn. And then my girlfriend, her phone went off. I was like, what are you doing? But yeah, it was a great movie. Everybody
it was worth it.
It was worth it. Definitely go watch A Quiet Place. Great movie, hands down. But I'm down to do more of these, whether they're movies, whether they're episodes. I don't know if you guys want us to recap the whole season of the show. Let us know, because I'm glad to do it. We'll definitely do a lot more than one ep. We'll probably end up doing like 3 or 4, because it's like, how many episodes are in the season?
10.
All right, so 10. But I'm down to do it next week. We'll definitely figure it out. Sure. Design says, show this movie to your kids to make them quiet. Exactly. Say this is actually a documentary, and this happens to bad kids. Problem solved.
I think it's worth breaking down, like you said, several episodes, at least some of the ones that have great story arcs, or
let's do
something detrimental to the cast happens.
How about we do this? How about next weekend we're gonna cover episode 2 and 3. So everybody's homework, like Craig said, catch up on episode 1 and watch episode 2 and 3. If you want to go further and watch the whole thing, go for it. But next weekend we're gonna touch on episode 2 and 3. All right. So if you're part of the conversation, you want to get down like us and be mad at Will and Judy and everybody else in the cast and want to vent, hang out with us. So next weekend we'll recap episode 2 and 3. And we'll also add a game, maybe some tech. But
there you go.
This was awesome. Did you miss anything? We actually just got done talking about we're done with the podcast. If you want to watch it, Jim, anybody else that missed it, came in late, we're gonna throw this up on YouTube and things like that, and SoundCloud. I gotta get around to that. I keep missing that. But yeah, we actually thank you guys for everybody joining in. We covered we talked about Radical Heights, which is a new BR. We covered Detroit Becoming Human, the newest stuff, the characters, the plot lines. We actually, final but not, the last, not least, we talked about the one and only Lost in Space episode 1 season premiere on Netflix. So, I mean, dope podcast. I think today's episode was awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But for anybody who doesn't know, I'm G, aka Glitz. We have the one and only pleasure of having Bites and EsuCheifCraig.
Hello.
You've all seen him role play on RP First and other servers. Before you finish up, Bite, shout out what time you stream, where can people find you, what platforms you're on. Same thing after that. Craig, you go for it, man.
Yeah, like you said on Bites, stream on Twitch. You can find me there at BitesWorld, also on Twitter and Instagram at BitesWorld. I stream Sundays, so I'll be on tonight at 9 CST, also Tuesdays and Thursdays. So 3 days a week for me. And we play a lot of different games. We're just now getting into a lot of RP. So feel free to drop by in any time.
Yes. And then Craig, take it away, man.
Hello, I'm EsuCheifCraig. I'll be streaming right after this. I mainly do EMS and police roleplay on GTA for the ICE RP server. So if you're interested, I'll be doing this right after this, and I hope to see you there. At RoboDickDoc on Twitter, at RoboDrCock on Chatterbait. Catch me sometime.
Yeah. And then me, myself, and I, man, you guys know where to find me. I'll be live right after this. I'll probably just end up literally stopping stream, then starting stream. We'll do some role play. I think I'm gonna be role playing with Bites, hopefully Temptress, Talia, and some other people. We got some money to make, some people to rob, baby. Storylines to push.
Bang.
So we'll be live. I'll be live right after this. Bites, you'll be live right after this? You said you were, right?
No, I'll be live in like an hour and a half.
Tribute to the community, guys.
Yes.
I gotta go eat some food. More food.
More food. The food we're holding back from. But let me actually drop their Twitters. I'm going to drop both their Twitters in chat. Definitely check these guys out. Great podcast. Great content creators. Great streamers. Let me grab Bites.
I'm going to eat after this, too. He's got me on an eating fridge.
I told you.
I'm actually going to eat, too. Not going to lie.
I'm starving, man.
And then Craig, I need to grab yours.
The process. Yeeter. As Bites would say. Yeah, Yeeter.
But definitely check them out, guys. All right. All right, cool. All right, guys. Well, I want to give you guys a huge thank you, guys, for tuning into episode 26 of the Glitched Out podcast featuring me, G, Bites, and EsuCheifCraig. We'll see you guys next week for episode 27 at 3 p.m. PST. Be here with your popcorn, baby. We'll recap episode 2 and 3 of Lost in Space. Plus, we got some new gyms and some nice stuff to talk about next weekend. If you know anybody that wants to be on the podcast, hit me up, or you yourself want to be on the podcast, you're a content creator, no matter how many follows, no many subs, no how many anything, reach out to me. We'd love to have you guys as a guest. All right. So you guys have a great night. You guys be safe. We'll see you guys next weekend for episode 27. All right.
See you guys.
Peace.
You little lion.